we have to try to solve the mystery of Convoy. It says Convoy there, doesn't it? No, it's Mystery of Convoy. Alright. Transformers, Mystery of Convoy. This was a Famicom game and did not get released outside of Japan. You might notice the logo there saying it's translated. This is a fan translation. Because, hey... I mean, I'm sure it's certainly playable in Japanese. Like, I don't know how much text there actually is in this game. We're watching the demo mode right now. All right, Mystery Convoy is a notoriously bad game. Is it the worst game? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out. But a thing that I was always kind of curious about this. Transformers, I mentioned this to the chat before, Transformers was very popular in the US. The NES was also very popular in the US. They did not even bother to release the Transformers NES game in the US. And I've always been a little curious about that fun fact. Maybe this just could not obtain the Nintendo seal of quality. Maybe it couldn't. Alright, we're gonna try to solve the mystery of Convoy. Now I'm gonna, just so you know, there is a flashing lights warning when I actually press the button to start. We're gonna see that. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna press start, and that's when we're gonna have some flashing lights for a bit. Very nice. So that happens every time we're on the title screen. Okay, so we're Ultra Magnus. We have a robot form. I like how my shot is a little too high for these guys. It just goes right over their heads. I die in one hit, as Ultra Magnus will do. We also can transform into his truck mode, so he can shoot straight up and also, like, throw out a landmine. And also, he's low, so we can go under these jets. So I tried this a little bit, and... okay. So the landmine, like, it doesn't do damage across its entire arc. It only does damage at the point where it hits. So using it is not great. You can see it's going through the tank. You need precision. Also, okay. Maybe let's try just trying to get through it quickly before those guys can shoot me. I'm not sure what Transformer... Yes? Oh, I hit him, so he stopped. I don't know if I can kill him, but he does stop. Okay. He does stop if I hit him. I'm not sure what Transformer those bugs are. The flying bugs? Well, alright, flashing lights again. Da, 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 da. Like, I'm pretty sure I recognize the tank, even though I don't remember the names anymore. It's been a long time. But I don't know... Nope. Timing was wrong. But as far as, like, those flying insects, they look organic. They don't look like robots, is what I'm saying. I don't think they're Insecticons. Because the Insecticons did not actually look like insects. Nope. Wasn't making that one. So, I mean, for as bad as it is, it's neat that you actually can transform. I mean, you might think that that's a given, but... But, like, I was actually a little bit surprised that you could actually transform into his truck form. Flashing lights. Flash, flash, flash. Na-na-na-na-na. I should not shoot that guy. I don't think I can kill him. It just seems like he freezes. Okay, he can kill me while I'm transforming. No iframes on the transformation. Also, there's like... Yeah, you do have to hold down the D-pad for a second for him to transform, so transformation is not instantaneous. There is a slight delay on it. Nope. No. No. So, the jets that are attacking us are the blue one. The blue one was it Thundercracker? Starscream, of course, he was red, and Skywarp was black. I think Thundercracker was the blue one. Like, I mean, you can see how this game's going. I think, like, kind of maybe the main thing I'm going to be talking about here is my vague reminiscences of watching Transformers as a kid. Ah! Because I was way into Transformers. I watched the show. I had toys. Lights. Trying to think about which my favorite Transformer was, just in terms of the toys. And I remember liking the Triple Changers. There was Astro Train. He could turn into a train and a spaceship. I think the spaceship has a little bit more functionality there in the fiction than the train does. And Blitzwing could transform into a tank and a jet, I think. You see, those were cool because they could turn into 3 things, which is better than 2. So I do remember, like, the most badass toys being the Predacons. They, like, just seemed like they were from a different toy line. They were, like, bigger and chunkier and, like, more vicious looking. Especially when you had all of them and could form Predaking. I don't know, like, they were all Transformers. I don't know if those were just from a different... Like, in Japan, maybe could it have been a different toy line? I don't know. I don't know. Certainly would not be the first time that unrelated properties from Japan are put together into a single thing in the US, as I was a fan of Voltron. And, you know, Lion Voltron and Space Voltron are totally from the same universe. They totally are. Timing. I feel like I'm not learning anything. You know, obviously in games where you die often, the key is that you have to be able to learn from the mistakes and from the things that kill you, and I feel like I'm not actually learning anything from what I'm seeing here. Also, I don't know, if Ultra Magnus is dying in one hit, maybe he's not the Autobot for the job. Maybe they need to get someone else who can take, like, maybe 2 hits. Is that the mystery of Convoy? Why did Optimus Prime assign Ultra Magnus for this job? No. See, I'm putting too much thought into the deep lore. I'm not paying enough attention to the game. That is a good way to start. So, I'm just spending most of my time here driving under everything, and that seems like the best way to actually survive most of this until I get to the insects. Okay. Maybe I need to slow it down? Take my time? No. No. Mystery of Convoy. It says... there's a two-player mode to this? I assume it must be just, like, alternating play, right? You don't actually have two characters. Can you kill this guy? I mean, I don't think I can. It just seems like you stop him. I mean, I guess stopping him can be useful. I don't actually know what that thing that I'm stopping is. Okay, what if I just tried not... I was about to say, what if I tried not transforming? That's what happens. That's what happens. I need to remember that these are robots in disguise. But, you see, when I'm not disguised, it doesn't work out very well. It does not work out. Flashing lights. The thing is, though, unlike many other games, which just control real bad, I feel like I'm controlling him here, Ultra Magnus. Doesn't feel like anything's stopping me from doing so. It just feels like there's something about the gameplay I'm maybe not getting. Also, the thing about the mine only doing damage at the point of impact annoys me, because you know that they did that deliberately. You know that originally it probably didn't do that. It probably did damage the whole way, and then they realized, actually, let's make that worse. Let's make that weapon worse. It's too easy now. So what do you think is the mystery of Convoy? Oh, actually, no, that did do damage to him. That, like, did damage in the middle of the arc. Okay, why doesn't it do that all the time? Now I'm puzzled about how that works. I thought it was just doing damage when it hit and exploded, but it hit someone in the middle of its arc. Ah. Also, it looks like that weapon, its explosion lasts for, like, a few frames. And it does look like that it does do damage during those frames and not just the point of impact. These are important things to know as we attempt to solve the mystery of Convoy. Ah. Okay. Why is it that those Decepticon tanks can take 2 hits? Like, I hit it once and it turns into a robot. I can't take 2 hits. I'm Ultra Magnus? And I'm weaker than these tanks? That... And why is Ultra Magnus going at it alone? Obviously, for a mission this dangerous, he needs backup. Yep. Like, maybe I shouldn't be driving all the time. Like, there are parts where the truck is definitely good, like with these jets, but maybe it's not always good. Maybe it's not what I should always be using. Gotta use my options. Too bad he can't jump as the truck, but that would just be silly. Oh, what? Okay, it can, if I'm jumping high, it is also going high. What? What is that? No, what is that? What? That's weird. I don't think I pressed forward. I mean, maybe I don't think I did. So I wonder if that wasn't that thing I dodged. Was that an enemy or a power-up? I think there are power-ups. I don't know what they look like. It might have been a power-up. I guess I have to try to get it. Alright, remember that we're Transformers. We have two forms. We want to make use of both of them. I don't know why I jumped there. I did jump. I don't know why I did. Just thinking about how Ultra Magnus's voice actor in the movie was Robert Stack, and he has a very good voice for the character. Okay, what is that? What is that? What? Nope, not that's that's an enemy. It's not a power-up. Maybe I should try shooting it. But when it came to voices, the thing that I was disappointed was that they couldn't get Leonard Nimoy to be Galvatron in the series, because I thought he was great in the movie. But I mean, obviously they're not going to pay him to be the permanent one for the actual series following the movie. I never liked Galvatron's voice in the series. Nope. Too late. Too late. Also thinking about how the Transformers movie had star-studded VAs like Robert Stack and Leonard Nimoy. Nope. Nope. And how the celebrity guest VA for G.I. Joe the movie was, of course, none other than Sergeant Slaughter. He was probably on the actual show, I would think, though. Like, he's not so big that they wouldn't be able to get him to just voice regular episodes. I remember thinking it was weird that he turned out to be an actual wrestler. And also a G.I. Joe character. Nope, too late. Because, you know, it wasn't that Sergeant Slaughter was playing a character. Sergeant Slaughter was playing Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, it's like a fictional version of Sergeant Slaughter, in which he was a G.I. Joe fighting Cobra, and he had some of the best DNA in the world, which is why some of his was used in Serpentor. Actually, what? Did his DNA actually go into Serpentor, or someone sabotaged that? Cobra Commander sabotaged the Serpentor project. I forget, like, he did something to the DNA. I forget whose DNA actually ended up in Serpentor. Because Cobra Commander was mad that Cobra wanted to replace him as the leader, and they were going to do that by creating the perfect leader. I remember also, I had a comic for Transformers the movie, but it was the English comic. And there were there were differences there, because the English comic was based on the storyboards, I think, for the movie, and certain scenes were changed. And like one I remember was the death of Ultra Magnus, where in the actual movie he was shot to death. And in that comic, like 4 of the Decepticons grabbed him by the wrists and ankles and tore him apart. It's a much more brutal death. And I always wondered at that time why that difference was there, and I think like the tearing apart was in the storyboards for the movie, but they didn't actually animate that, if I remember this right. I feel like whenever I'm preparing to do something in this, a tank appears. Just like with the perfect timing of, oh, I was about to move, but no, now there's tank. Like that, like that, like that. Still, like, the sprite is very recognizable as being Ultra Magnus. You know? So there's no confusion about what Transformer this is. That's something. Nope, nope. I probably should have shot again, because there was that one time where an enemy was killed in the arc of the weapon, and I still don't really know why that was the case, and it doesn't work other times. I'm sure there's a scientific reason behind it. So at the title screen, we can see like 3 things coming out of Optimus's head, and then they go into Ultra Magnus, and then it makes the flashing lights. Is that supposed to be like the Matrix or something? The Matrix of leadership? Going into him, and he knows he's not ready. He knows it's not his time. I like how the lesson in Transformers the movie was that he was right. He really wasn't ready. Like, usually when a character says that, it's that they are ready, and everyone knows it, but the character himself does not. And then he's gonna face the crisis, and then realize he was ready the whole time. No, that's not how it goes. In the moment of crisis, Ultra Magnus gets killed, and Megatron steals the Matrix. Oh, wait, what? R. R. Rapid? Am I firing more shots now? I pressed the jump button the moment I hit the ground. I guess it's just not that responsive. You know, so I guess the lesson of Transformers the movie is that sometimes you know that you're just not the guy. Everyone else might say, oh, you're just being humble, you can do it. No, sometimes you just can't do it, and you know it, and everyone else doesn't seem to realize that. Everyone else seems to think that you've got it together. You're the guy, and it's like, no, you know you're not. And like, for some reason, no one else seems to believe that. Don't give me the responsibility, I'm gonna fuck it up. I don't know why you can't see that. Oh. Hey, look at this. Look at this. We're at a... Is this a boss? I assume that's what this is. Shoot it in its glowy thing? Probably. No, did we do it? Did we blow up the Death Star? Good job, kid. That was 1 in a million. Oh, and now we're... I'm not sure what the setting is, actually. Well, there is a continue code. I guess I did not input it correctly. I guess I didn't. Well, maybe that's enough Mystery of Convoy. I mean, we completed the first stage? That's obviously a milestone. That's obviously all we really needed, was to complete the first stage of Mystery of Convoy to get an impression the full picture. And obviously when I do the full playthrough of Mystery of Convoy, doing one level per video is acceptable. When I do the full playthrough, of course, which of course I'm going to do, because why wouldn't I do that? Transformers Mystery of Convoy. All right. It's a very precise game. It's a very exact game. I feel like what you can do in this game is not enough for the precision it's asking for. I mean, in the demo, Ultra Magnus is just running through this. What is this? What the hell is this? He did not even stop running or jump at all until he died at the end there. Can you really just run straight through like the first half of that level? I want to see that demo mode again. No one was hitting him. Show me that again, Takara, 1986. Also, what's translated in this? Maybe these screens? Doesn't seem like there could be much that's translated. Okay, he's running, he's shooting, he's running. Running and shooting, constant running and shooting, constant running and shooting, constant running and shooting, constant, and then he just doesn't bother jumping over that tank. Just doesn't bother. All right. Well, you know, I figured I might not be in the mood to play this for an hour. Fortunately, there is some extended materials concerning this game, which might be worth taking a look at. Because when I was looking up information about this game, I did a Google search for Transformers Mystery of Convoy Manual to see what the manual would look like. Of course, the first link was to the manual, but of course it's all in Japanese, so I can't read it. But something unexpected happened. When I did that search, the second search result was for Transformers Mystery of Convoy manga. That's right. We're going to learn about what this game is about in manga form. So, super popular Famicom manga collection, Mystery of Convoy. All right, that's Ultra Magnus right there. That's recognizable. Play the game and solve the mystery of Convoy. Seems fine. But something kind of weird happens as we scroll down, and we have this child. Why is a child here? Well, I mean, Transformers do have human allies. So I guess that's not too strange, but I mean, maybe it'll all make sense when we read this. Tactics for defeating the Destron army. I want to know about that. All right, so where did this come from? So I downloaded this from tfraw.com. Apparently, this was initially released in the Famicom how-to manga Transformers Mystery of Convoy in the December 1986 issue of Japanese Comic Bonbon. This was originally in Japanese, of course. The translation was done by someone named Necronometron, which is a pretty good name. So let's thank him, Necronometron, for translating this for us. Okay, time to find out what this game is actually about. You ready? Yeah, I think we're ready. All right, so if we start off here, Cybertron Research Lab, and dead humans and a dead robot. Vault, as a shadowy figure approaches. Someone takes something from the vault. I'll take these, you dim-witted Cybertrons. All right, so I think that I'm pretty sure Cybertrons is just what they call the Autobots here. They don't say Autobots, they call them Cybertrons. And this robot is carrying a human and a cylinder. And there's the Decepticon logo. The Destron logo. So, meanwhile, Optimus says, all right, I can't do imitations of the voices. It's been a long time since I've even heard what they sound like, but it's something like, this is bad. The Destrons have taken the plan for our new secret weapon, and the scientist who was working on it. It seems like a little strange thing for Optimus to say. I feel like there were not episodes where, like, the Autobots were making a new top secret weapon. I feel like that's something the Decepticons would usually do. Everyone mobilize immediately. We won't let them get away. I swear on the armor of the Cybertron army. All right, the weapon's been stolen. We gotta fight. How are we gonna get it back? And, I mean, what does this have to do with the game we just played? Oh, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out how this ties in. Meanwhile, so then Optimus Prime goes to an amusement park. It looks like. It looks like the Destrons are hiding in this amusement park. I'm picking up radio waves from the transmitter hidden in the stolen vault. Beep, 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 it says. The signal seems to be coming from inside that dome. The scientist must be in there too. All right. How are they going to get in there, though? Like, this is clearly a human-sized amusement park, not meant for these robots. They go into the House of Mysteries, but oh no! But we're all big to fit through the door. If we crash through, we might injure the scientist. I'll go! Huh? Shunichi? It's my father, the Destron's kidnapped. I'll go rescue him. Shunichi has appeared. Why is this child here? Well, apparently the child's father was the scientist. Shinichi, vulnerable flesh creature Shinichi, is volunteering for the dangerous mission. He should not. It'd be irresponsible for Optimus to let this child go on the mission. Come on now, Optimus. Come on. Wait, I can't let you go alone. Ultra Magnus Jr.? You will go with Shunichi. Okay, plot twist. We were not actually controlling Ultra Magnus. We were controlling Ultra Magnus Jr., Ultra Magnus's son, who is the size of a human child. I did not see this coming. My mind was blown at realizing this. What the hell? What is this? We can see how big Optimus is. He's towering over both of them. Right. Do your best and look out for each other. Okay, say the two friends. Now, I feel at this point, I feel this is irresponsible. Shinichi volunteered to go because the Autobots were too big. But Ultra Magnus Jr. is human-sized. He can go in. There's no reason that Shinichi needs to go in with him. What's he gonna do with his weak human body? I question Optimus's judgment in this decision. All right, next page. It's so dark, I can't see a thing. Huh? Whoa! Something happened. Iya! As Shinichi and Ultra Magnus Jr. fall into a vortex, holding hands. And then, they're in space, maybe? And then on the left, they appear somewhere in a metal room. Where are indeed? Where are they?
Welcome to the Destron's secret base, but remember, only fools rush in.
The Transformers Mystery of Convoy consists of 10 stages and 97 screens. Ultra Magnus is able to change from a robot to his trailer mode and back. See, we're going to get game tips, game advice. This is totally what the game is about. Shut up! Give us back my father and the secret plans. Yeah, and don't call Cybertrons fools. Wait, what's going on? What? I've become part of Ultra Magnus Jr.? It's true. We've been fused into one. It must be a side effect of the warp zone. Okay, second plot twist. We were not controlling Ultra Magnus Jr. We were controlling a fusion of Ultra Magnus Jr. and Shinichi. An unholy bonding of man and machine. An abomination in the eyes of God. And Unicron. I have no idea why someone had this idea. Like, in the game, it just looks like it's Ultra Magnus. Why this plot twist? But that's what's happening. This is actually who we're controlling. In Mystery of Convoy.
If you want them back, by all means proceed through the Destron world of nightmares.
Yeah, that's where the game takes place. The Destron world of nightmares. We accept your challenge, Destrons. Let's go! He says as he jumps forward, brandishing his gun. All right, what challenges do they face? It's an endless desert. Which way are we supposed to go? Stage 1 is a desert. Later stages include ancient temples, ruins, time tunnels, floating cities, and glaciers. So here we see an illustration of what it looks like for Shunichi to be inside Ultra Magnus Jr. I don't know if this is supposed to be literal, but according to that illustration on the left, it looks like Shunichi is wearing him like a suit. And if that's the case, where did Ultra Magnus Jr.'s internal electronics and mechanical parts go? Where did they go? Look, this is beyond me. You need a Transformer scientist to explain these things. Shunichi, 50 degrees to the right, a glint of metal. Yeah, it's that tank. Sniper, Brawl. Remember that tank that turns into a robot? That fucker? That's him. That's what's going on here. It's true to the game. Look what's coming this way. It's Jetron Corp, see? Planes, jets. Just like the game. I guess this means we're headed the right way. As bombs explode all around them. And then Demolition's Frenzy and Espionage Jaguar appeared. I mean, I don't remember seeing them in that level. I don't remember seeing them. Frenzy and Jaguar on the ground, and the Insectron Corps coming from the sky. Okay, so I guess they were Insecticons. Psychological warfare, bombshell, electronic warfare, shrapnel, covert warfare, kickback. But you see, they don't look like bugs. They like have sharp edges and straight lines. They look like robots that vaguely look like bugs. They don't look like organic or anything. Ultra Magnus Jr., what do we do? Don't worry, Shunichi. These guys are no match for me. I mean, what do you mean, what do we do? We're going to have to kill them. What other option? We don't have any other options, Shinichi. We must embrace the dark side of warfare. So now he shoots blasts out of his like head pipes and out of his groin. I mean, I don't know how else I'm supposed to read that. It does look like he's firing a crotch laser. I don't know if I'm misseeing that. And it works. You took out all of them, wow! He killed everyone. Okay, does he actually have a weapon like this in the game? Because this is not the weapon I was using, I'll tell you that. I can tell you for certain nothing he had in the game was this effective. Maybe I just didn't know how to use the R power-up. Not all of them. Look! He fires his gun. Yeah! Hello, Starscream. Well, wait! Spare me, and I'll show you the way out of this desert! Oh, you can't trust Starscream. We all know this about him. You can't trust him. Bumble! Catch him, and you can warp out of here. The key to the warp zone is Bumble. Catch him, and he will use the warp zone to escort you to a new stage. I did not come across Bumble. Maybe Bumble is in the first level, I don't know. I did come across that like weird floating thing that looked like an apple core. I don't think that's Bumble, though. And that thing killed me anyway. So yeah, there's warp zones, I suppose. And then Ultra Magnus Jr. flies up, but then Starscream decides he's going to try to Frieza him, which works out just as well as it did for Frieza. And Starscream takes one between the eyes. I should also mention this manga, coming out in 1986, was a few years before this scene in the Dragon Ball Z manga, so clearly Toriyama was inspired by the manga adaptation of Transformers, Mystery of Convoy. I can't believe it. So influential. And next, he goes into a hole in a wall and is attacked by tapes. Air Warrior Condor. Ouch! Ouch, the lasers. Damage like this is no problem for a robot like me, but what about Shunichi? I'm okay, it's just a scratch. Shunichi is unsure about his ability to survive this encounter. Ultra Magnus kills the cassette tape. Father, are you in here? I should also mention that it seems like Ultra Magnus Jr. is not... Ever since bonding with the kid, it seems like he is now the size of the other Transformers. At least he would seem to be the size of Starscream. So I think he got bigger. Scout, Ratbat. Whoa! He shoots, and then there's Ratbat dying. Phew, it's dangerous to go charging in like that. Sure is. If I made it to this level, I'm sure I would have died many, many, many times to Ratbat. Wow, this hole goes on forever. I can't even see the bottom. And why is that? Well, it's because stages 3, 6, 8, and 10 scroll vertically. On these kinds of stages, the enemy attacks are different, so be careful. But the road ends here, so I guess there's nowhere to go but down. Here we go! And they dive into the bottomless pit. Seems like a little foolhardy, but like I guess there's nothing else to do. But they land in a superhero pose. You can see there's like 1 foot and 1 knee and 1 hand. It's the cool pose. Where are we now? It's a Destron Machine City. And that's because after the glacier in Stage 7, Stage 9 is a mechanical city. This level is a maze. Be careful. If you don't navigate it correctly, it will repeat forever. Oh, good. Will they be able to navigate the maze? Shunichi and Ultra Magnus Jr.? We can only hope. This looks like it was a great city once. Now it's just a spooky old ruin. Oh no, they've entered a FromSoft game. Watch out. Keep your guard up. Ruins aren't always abandoned. A dead end? Huh? They're attacked by these things? They don't say the name of them. They're attacked by these things. Like, they look like Metroid enemies. Gya! What are these? They just keep coming. That acid from their mouths dissolves metal. No, that acid from their mouths dissolves metal. I won't last much longer at this rate. Shunichi, these creatures seem organic. I have an idea that might stop them. But you're organic too, Shunichi. I don't want to risk harming you. Don't worry about me. If you can't stop these things, neither of us are getting out of here. I'll take the risk. Do it. That's right. Kill me so you can survive, Ultra Magnus Jr. I give my life to you. I'm sure this scene is very dramatic when you get to it in the video game. A big thing of light. There's light everywhere. And the bugs are fried. Everything organic died. Shunichi, are you okay? I'm okay. That really packed a wallop. What was it? My electrical systems. I discharged all of them at once. Also, I'm glad you're alive, Shunichi, because if you weren't, I would be carrying a corpse inside of me. And I'd be uncomfortable about that, Shunichi. It'd be weird, and I don't know how I would clean you out of me. Fortunately, I don't have to think about that, Shunichi. Oh, but now I'm almost completely out of energy. I don't know where to get more energy, and none of the Cybertrons could find us to bring me some. I'm so lost in this maze. I don't know if I could even find our way back out. Energon cubes appear throughout the stages. There are several kinds. Power-ups like flight, invincibility, increased attack power, or traps that can power you down. Yeah, I did read that. That in the game, there are some power-ups that are power downs. Power downs. So they're the opposite of power-ups. That's fun. That's a fun idea. Of course, we did not last long enough to increase power downs. To encounter any, I should say. All right, next page. Someone punches through the wall. Oh no, it's Megatron himself. What's wrong, Ultra Magnus Jr.? You look weak. Don't worry, all you have to do is defeat me, and then you can go home. It's the Emperor of Destruction, Megatron. No matter how weak we are, I can't let you stop us from rescuing my father. Silence, child! This is between me and Magnus Jr. How dare a human attempt to speak me? How dare he? A human dean to issue words to the Emperor of Destruction. He's so mad about it. All right, big showdown between Megatron and Ultra Magnus Jr., who has a child inside of him. Killing a weakling as you would be beneath me, so I'm going to give you a fighting chance. I'll offer you a duel of honor. That's just the way I want it. Before we start, I'm offering the human a chance to break your fusion and leave now. If Magnus is killed, Shuichi will die with him. You just worry about yourself. I'm not going anywhere. Apparently, Megatron believes that they could just break the fusion if they wanted to. I don't know if that's true. Have it your way. 10 paces, turn, and fire. 1, 2, 3. This is much more fun than just killing him. Gets to kill Ultra Magnus Jr. and a human child at the same time. It's a twofer. Next page. 5, 6, 7. Duel of honor. The fool! I have no honor. With the first shot, I'll tear his arm off. Then 8. Oh no! Too weak. I'm going to fall over. Kablam! Did not pull it up. There we go. Oh no, but you see, he was out of power. And that turns out to be a good thing, because he falls over, causing Megatron to miss and hit him in the shoulder. What a twist of fate. Curses! Die! You coward! Feh. That's all Megatron has to say. Feh. He knows he's right, but feh. Feh on you. I wonder if the fight with Megatron in the game is like this. I hope it is. I hope that you get to do the 10-pace duel with him, but then he turns and shoots at 7. Just as I thought, Magnus. Your pathetic attack could never have any effect on me. But he was wrong, because then he dies. Like, there's a big hole in him, too. And, I guess what this is Ultra Magnus Jr. finds a power cable and plugs it in. All right, let's go. Come on, Destrons. I'll take on any one of you. All right, his power is back now. His power's back. Next page.
Is that so? Well then, I'll bring you to our Jupiter base and kill you myself.
Yeah, we already killed Megatron. Who is this mysterious figure? This voice who's been talking to us? Rumble? What? The dome is a rocket. It's like the end of The Prisoner. What's going on? We have to hurry. The whole island is launching. The whole place is launching into space. That's right, they're going to space. Whoa! Shinichi's gonna get to go to space. Not many kids get to do that. All right, so we're gonna go to space and we're gonna find out who the mastermind is behind this whole plan. Dun dun dun! Dinosaur! You're behind this? The final boss is Dinosaur. Here are some tips on how to defeat him. Alright, so it's not Megatron, it was Dinosaur. The whole time, look at him, he's there. The final boss, here he is. How are you gonna fight Dinosaur? I mean, he can transform into like a base, an entire base, and probably like fall on you. He's also a dinosaur. He tries shooting him, but come to think of it, in the show, it's been a long time since I've seen the show. I don't remember Trypticon talking. If he did, he couldn't have spoken much. I feel like he didn't, but he's wordy here. I don't remember what his voice was supposed to sound like. You little fool! That pea shooter can't harm me! Oh no, what do we do? If we can't beat him, we'll never get my dad or the secret plans back. I must admit, it does tickle. And then he kicks Ultra Magnus Jr. The final battle. I hope we get good tips on how to beat him. Oof! Ow! Come on, boy, get up and fight. Is that the best you've got? And he's trying to step on him here. He's trying to step on him. Yeah, he yells. Nothing can stand in my way now. I'll squash you like a bug. Oh no, Ultra Magnus Jr., Shinichi. Don't give up now. You're so close. Magnus Jr., are you all right? I can't give up! You've underestimated me, Dinosaur. I'm the son of Ultra Magnus, and I won't be beaten that easily! As opposed to my dad, who was beaten quite easily, but never mind that. Never mind that. He pushes Dinosaur's giant foot off of him. What? How is this possible? Dinosaur falls down. You little brat, come back here and face the music. Ultra Magnus Jr. flies above him. I guess he could fly the whole time. He has rocket shoes, rocket feet. I guess he could have just flown. And Dinosaur opens his big mouth. Ultra Magnus Jr. flies in Dinosaur's mouth and the jaws slam shut. "Ha, you fool! You're playing right into my... What? What are you doing in my belly? Gulp! Arg!" Oh no, he's killing him from the inside. "Sorry, Dinosaur. Looks like you're all broken up inside." Kaboom! He blows up. Dinosaur is dead. I did look. Hey, it said it was going to give me game tips to fight Dinosaur in the game. I did not see any tips, unless you have to like jump into his mouth in the game. I don't know if you do. Final page. "We're ready for you, Destrons. As long as the people of Earth are willing to stand for what is right and have the Cybertrons to help us, we'll never let you win." And here's Ultra Magnus Jr. with Shinichi riding on his back. I assume this is his father. I also don't know if this image is supposed to be literal. Oh, there are several differences between the game and the manga. What? Several differences? Play the Transformers: The Mystery of Convoy to find out for yourself. I thought this was a one-to-one adaptation of the game. I don't know if this is a literal thing that's happening here because they're in space. And if they were, you'd think the humans would die instantly. Also, we never saw them rescue the father. I guess that just happened off-panel, and we just assume it happened since they killed Dinosaur. And also, I guess the fusion ended because Shinichi's riding on Ultra Magnus Jr.'s back. Ultra Magnus Jr., I guess, is now small again since they unfused. This all happened off-panel, I think. But, yeah, that is the manga for Transformers: Mystery of Convoy. So, does that give you a different perspective on what we were trying to do in the game now? When we were Ultra Magnus, running across that field and constantly dying, we were not Ultra Magnus. We were Ultra Magnus Jr., who had a small child inside of him. That child was dying. Every time. Every time I died, that child died. A horrible death. Sad that he would never see his father again. That gives the game some much-needed pathos. I think it does. Why did they even think about this concept? I assume that the manga artist just had free reign as to what this was going to be about. Because I don't know why they came up with the idea of how about it's not Ultra Magnus, but Ultra Magnus' son who has fused with a human child. I don't know where this idea comes from, but I'm just going to assume that was the original intention of the video game. And so, yes, there we go. That's the manga. A happy ending. And, well, for now. I think that Shinichi's going to have problems later in life because of this experience. Like, he thinks it's cool now. I can imagine this having some deleterious effects on his mental state. Like, he's going to get, like, irrational, going to get mood swings, is going to have moments, periods of confusion, like he's in a fugue state. And whenever anyone asks him what's wrong, all he can do is, like, yell at them. So he could just yell at them, "He left a piece of himself in me! In me! It's still there!" And no one knows what he's talking about until, like, he gets his brain scanned and finds out that, like, there's, like, circuitry in there. There's, like, a motherboard and, like, chips. Like, what's that in there? Like, a piece of his brain is missing, replaced with electronics, because the fusion, the dysfusion did not happen perfectly. It went wrong. Like, maybe the dad separated them, but he didn't really have the technical knowledge to know how to do it safely and properly. So, like, a part of Shinichi's brain remained in Ultra Magnus, and a part of Ultra Magnus's electronics remained in Shinichi. And I mean, the dad did his best, but this is gonna haunt Shinichi for the rest of his life, I think. I think. What if Shinichi liked being fused with Ultra Magnus? Did he have the option to just stay? No, that's not good for your development as a human being, Shinichi. You can't just be in the robot forever. I know it might be comforting to just stay in the robot and have the robot make all your decisions and not have to live life yourself. You gotta come out of the robot someday. No, I don't have to! I can stay in here forever! If I stay in here, I don't have to go to school anymore! Well, yeah. I mean, I can't make you go to school if you're gonna stay in the robot, I guess. But you're gonna regret this someday, Shinichi. I have everything I need in here! I'm just saying that this can result in some unhealthy childhood development. But that's been the story of Transformers: Mystery of Convoy, the manga.